Good job.
Okay.
Listen.
You still want me to talk? Okay. Right.
No, I'm not referring to this one.
Right, aloha. So today we'll be talking about or giving our opinions on what is love. So our discussion will be based on the questions given. So our first question is, what does love mean for these writers? According to the two articles that you guys have written, or the summary that Professor wrote,
Love.
what is love for these two writers?
In the second one, it says, I loved to you, thus means I do not take you for a direct object, nor for an indirect object by revolving around you. So, it means going outside of yourself and not viewing someone as an object, but as someone who actually has agency.
That's right. That's right. The love is also attraction, right? They talk about what do you want to say?
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, that's what it said in the poll, my brother.
Yeah, I think for the other one,
Looking at the wrong one.
Oh, wrong one.
I feel like for
So
is it a
sorry
he or
about
her?
that.
Love for that person or that writer is
Where are you going?
shown in the form of language. Like you don't really love a person unless you say it.
That's right.
Yes. So if you don't say it, or if then it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it is the second.
In the world that we live in.
No,
Or
in the second reading, it's
Uh-uh.
by Salehi or something.
Mm-mm.
Page number 3,
Mhm.
it says, like one sentence says, behind this ideology machinery is, in both novels, there is supposed to be something suppressed or hidden, and this could set passionate individual engaged in rituals, their secret true loves. So love can be a secret.
What is it?
What is secret? No, you can't just love a person and then you come and tell in front of
You can keep it to yourself.
Because if you're dating someone, you don't, on the first day you say, I love you. Do you say that? No, yeah.
Unless you feel like that.
Because you learn to love
To
the
love the
person.
person.
You
Then why say yes in the first place?
Exactly, why you say yes in the first place? Yeah.
Anyways.
To those of us that are dating,
Yeah, who's dating? Quentin?
do we go up to the person and say that we love the person?
What
So-
did you say about suppression?
So your love.
Something suppressed or hidden.
That's what love is?
Yeah. In
So it's like suppressing your own self
Yeah.
for the
Right.
benefit of other people.
Why would you suppress that? I mean, why would you hide your feelings from?
in the first place, you'll hide it.
Well, maybe it's because like your natural tendency is not, it's like selfishness.
Sometimes
So
you
you
need
get
assurance.
hurt.
Yeah, sometimes you need assurance because at the end of the day, love is wicked.
Love is blind. Anyways, moving on.
I feel like that's a different novel.
Different writer. Okay, how does love affect the way we see another person?
According to these writers or just in general?
No, this is general.
Huh?
How does love affect the way we see another person? Honestly, when you're in love, you're so dumb.
And you're
You
so
do
blind.
stupid things. You're so blind.
You're so blind. I
Not
don't
stupid
feel-
things, like
But that's only
But
like
it's
the
different.
first stage of love.
yes, the first stage of love, like
Because
the first
like
3
love
months.
develops over time.
The first
Right.
3
But
months.
that's the difference between romance love and just loving someone.
Well, even romance love, like your parents, when they first got married, were probably super
Glued to each other and then.
But like 20 years from now, they can go
Right.
off and do their own thing, but they still love each other.
True.
True.
Why?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Do you have something to say?
I mean, the love is like a
I think it's more, I mean, the topic we bring out and everybody talk about, it's more focused on relationship. Like two people love each other.
Yes.
But I think love has a lot different types.
True.
You know, for example, like the parents love the kids. How they spoil them, how they take care of them, how they teach them since they were young.
Yeah. Like when we get the beating and then they say, oh, that's me showing you with. It's love. Me
Yeah.
beating you up.
Correct.
Oh, I'm
you
like
know.
bleeding.
They try, the old generation try to pass down the knowledge and the experience to the new generations. I think that's also kind of love, right? I think love has a lot of kind, and it just really depends on what we're really
Love
focused
language.
on, yeah. So.
Depends on how you see it.
Correct.
Yes. But in this case, the question is asking like for another person.
Oh, for
How does it
another person.
affect another person?
Love makes you go beyond the things that,
Oh.
like, it makes you see.
Oh,
Sometimes
love.
it makes
Yes.
you realize the thing you're capable of. Like sometimes it makes you do the things you never thought of that you could do in your life.
Out of your way,
Yeah.
just to.
Yeah.
So
I've never
yeah.
fell in love, so.
It's okay.
Such a sad.
It's okay. Still have time.
Okay, enough. This has to be too personal. Next, does this necessarily need to happen as far as these writers are concerned?
Huh?
Does this necessarily need to happen as far as these writers are concerned? What I
Oh, I think it's just
What do
wanted to relate
So
it to
it's the other question. So he's saying, would the authors agree with what we've just said about love?
That means you still have to base it on what he's writing.
I think to some degree, because, or was it in the second one? It's on page 538.
Mm-hmm.
And so you do not know me, but you know something of my appearance. You can also perceive the directions and dimensions of my intentionality. So he's saying that just because you are attracted to somebody, that doesn't mean you have love yet. Like that's got to develop. So I think yes, they would agree with what we were saying before about love. How it takes time to develop.
Anyone else has to share anything?
Can we talk about the paragraph at page 530?
In the first one.
Desire and sexual
Desire and sexuality.
The first one?
No, it's the second reading.
Second one, 5?
page 530.
530. 530? This is 536.
Yeah, the
We
first
start
one.
It's on the other one, the first one.
Oh, the first one.
It says, for romantic love to emerge, one does not need the real person present. What is necessary is the existence of the image. Lacan first defined love in terms of a narcissist relationship of the subject. What is at work in falling in love is the recognition of the narcissistic image that forms the substance of ego ideal. When we fall in love, we position the person who is the object of our love in the place of ideal ego. We love this object because of the perfection which we have striven to reach for our own ego.
I'm not sure I really quite understand some lines. That's why I asked us to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it also relates to this.
Is it defining the person as an object?
The existence of the image. I think
So I think we love this object because of the perfection which we have striven to reach for our own ego. So because of our own like pride, we feel like we deserve this item of perfection,
Mhm.
and so you kind of zone other things out. I think that kind of might be what he's saying,
I see.
or is being said.
But why would he call it pride or ego?
Because it's like
You own it?
for yourself, you want this thing like
You want it for yourself.
You want it for yourself.
to like make you better.
You want something perfect.
That's like the first step in love, is what is being said here.
To make you better, like you're better off.
Oh, I see.
But because like that's your motivation to make you better, it's
So
kind
you're-
of prideful and narcissistic.
Okay.
That's what I understand.
Gosh, it sounds so toxic.
Like in the first sentence, it says, for romantic love to emerge, one does not need the real person present.
So you're
But-
ignoring them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you ignore them.
Wait, what? Sense? Oh my goodness.
The existence of the image is
As already
basically
enough.
means
You know, this takes me back to like at home, because usually like when you are born into a tribe who's in like a chiefly status, you need to get married to someone who's also in a chiefly status, yeah. And just because it'll make you look better as a chief. So what is so even when they're like public figures, they'll be out in the public. Some of them they're not really in love, but just knowing that you're married to someone who's from a high status as well, that's you're good enough. Like oh yeah, because the wife she's from the cheapest status.
I feel like that also
I think that's-
applies to
yeah.
arranged marriage.
Yeah, arranged marriage like that, like
Yeah.
just because the other person makes you look good or makes you like what Quentin said, then
Talking about second clause?
ego.
What do you mean?
Just look at she said what you mean like you have to marry someone that's in second
Yeah, no, I was
class.
just like trying to like
Just like you want to marry someone that higher than you, not like
yeah, some are
you
like
don't want to marry down, right?
yeah, because the first sentence, like how it said, like does not need the real person present. Like you already have the title
Mhm.
by marrying someone from the same. So,
That happened a lot, even
Yeah.
year round.
so I think what they're trying to like say here, like because of the pride.
I think also it could mean that like when you love someone, like what we shared earlier, like you don't need to just ignoring them or
Mhm.
like at least you like seeing them from afar is like enough.
Is enough, like
You know, it's already a big goal to you.
okay,
Like
you already have
that
it.
first stage of love.
True.
it's just
Just
Like
you
imagine-
this motivation from-
imagine you have a crush and him not there. Does it necessarily have to make you not fall in love with him? Like the imagination of him, the way he make you feel, the feeling of you being around him, make you feel love. I mean that's what does not really need longing to be around you to love longing, right? And moving on.
Okay.
Moving on. Anyways, so do you agree with the definitions of love that these writers use? I feel like for the second writer who said love is what? Language? Some are not even like, they don't show love by just saying it. They usually show it like the way they act around them, or just buying them gifts, or taking them out. Like some men are like not good with words or expressing themselves, you know, right? Men? Yeah.
I think it, just from this reading, it agrees to what we talked about. Like, we talked about how we can, being in love or love can make us do things we're not, can never imagined we could do. It says that there's a line in the second one that's lined at the bottom of the paragraph. It says, when we're in love, the love object placed in the ego ideal enables us to perceive ourselves in a new way, compassionate, lovable, beautiful, decent, because of the ideal invested in the person we love. We feel shame in front of her or him, or we try to fascinate this person.
Yes,
You were saying?
No, you're finishing your thought.
And so yeah, I think that line confirms to, I don't know, it agrees to what we shared earlier. Love, being in love makes ourselves perceive our, enables us to perceive ourselves in new ways.
What do you think? Katie?
I think that might be kind of like the bad part of love, though, because you're lying to yourself. I think that might be what they're saying. Like, because you're perceiving yourself as compassionate and lovable and decent, but maybe you aren't those things. So you're lying to yourself, and that's why it's like narcissistic, because it's self-serving.
So like us doing new things when we're in love is us lying to ourselves.
I think initially by this definition, but then it changes over time.
Okay.
That's right.
Maybe. I could be totally wrong.
You're totally right. We trust you.
What do you guys think with the definitions of love
That's why you're gonna fail.
by the writers? Do you agree with the definitions, or
What definitions?
Like the idea that,
the idea of love?
like, I think the first one is
Yeah,
true.
it's
when
true. Just the second
You
one.
do like disguise yourself when you're in love, or you try and make yourself things that you aren't. You want to look better.
He said until we put words to it, it isn't love. This was the second one. I don't think so. Like I was saying earlier. I think
What do you think?
I'm thinking.
some people have other way of showing love than putting it to words.
Yes, like you said, love emerges out of speech as a demand that is not linked to any need. Is love a need? Do you need love? Yeah, you need love.
You get me now?
I'm good. Jokes.
Alright.
Love from
Which question?
if you love,
Just talking.
Yeah.
Just talking.
Just talk. Yeah. Would you like to say something? Okay. Alright.
I feel bad.
533.
What other definitions of love would you guys suggest?
What other definitions of love would you suggest? What do you mean by that? You mean beside like a two-person
There's
relationship?
romantic love.
Just love in general?
Just besides the definition that the writers gave. So this question is like linked with the previous question.
He is talking about romantic love. He, the
Relationship, yeah.
relationship.
Living love.
Love is obedience.
Yeah, because if it was just
Respect.
love without no articles, then love in general. But we're talking about the two articles as well. We have to like, so it's a relationship. Oh, really? Awesome.
I feel like love.
I feel like you guys haven't been in love. Let's start with that. Because you guys are like, I feel like I'm in.
Explain it to us.
Oh no.
Then.
I haven't been in love.
Have you ever said I love you to someone?
I loved it. Wait, let's talk about the first writer who said that instead of saying I love you,
Yeah, I love
say
you.
I loved you. What are your thoughts on that?
Thus mean I do not take you as a direct object.
What are
nor
your
an
thoughts to
indirect
that?
object of revolving around you. So I loved you is like
I express my love.
respectfully.
I love you. Not like I love you. Because I love you is like authoritative, right? Like, I love you. You just don't do that.
To be aggressive about it.
I think that's kind of understood though when you say I love you.
Yeah.
Like I get the point he's making, but
But what do you think?
I don't think I'm gonna start saying I love to you.
No, for real. That sounds so
Stupid.
stupid, I know. Like, I love you.
But like what he's saying, the principle of the idea, yeah, that
Yeah.
That's
It's
not
thanks
bad.
to that return to me.
Huh?
It says it rather around myself that I have to revolve in order to maintain that to you thanks to the return to me. So when I say I love you to you, you have to return the love to me.
What? Okay, so when you say I love to you, I have to say the same thing to you.
Maybe you can finish what you were saying.
Yeah. Finish what you're saying. Or
Or
maybe
maybe
you
I
already
was
finished
hearing
that one.
voices in my head.
With my intention.
Because it says, I love to you thus means I do not take you for a direct object, not for an indirect object by revolving around you. It is rather around myself that I have to revolve in order to maintain the to you thanks to the return to me. Oh, that is very difficult to understand for me.
this is the second one.
Quentin.
Yeah, if you read down, this is
Now
the two is
international students
the two is the guarantor. What's guarantor of the two identities, mine and yours? In you I love that which can correspond to my own intentionality and to yours.
I love
It could
To
be
you.
what I love.
Oh, what were you talking about?
What's the to you mean?
Like I said, it's
I'm
just
giving
like
it to you.
you, like I'm giving it to you.
I'm not expecting
Yeah.
something in return. I'm not.
Thanks to
So
the
it's
return.
opposite to what he
It's
just
said.
like-
that's what I said that I said. But thanks to you to return to me.
It's because it's just what it says there.
Which page?
But thanks to you, thanks to the
Page,
return to
what
me.
page? Baba?
What are you gonna reciprocate to
Baba.
me? The cheap.
I think it's right there.
I do not take you for a direct
What
object.
page?
Yeah, you can read along and
Then you move
then
that.
I think it's at the third line of that paragraph. Thanks
Oh.
to the return to me.
Yeah, so by revolving around you or me, like there's no expectation either way.
That we need.
Oh,
I love to you, that's
So-
what you love to.
the other person doesn't expect anything from you
Yes.
and you don't expect anything.
Like in the sense of, so in the poems we were reading before, it's like the woman is described as like ideal beauty, but she's not real. And so like all these men spending their time like devoting themselves to that, that's like still treating her like an object, even though it's like a precious object, it's still not like a person. So I think what he's saying is, I'm not gonna treat you like I own you, but I'm also not gonna treat you like you're a very precious object in a way. Like you're still a person.
So that's why they put the two over there?
Yeah. More like I'm giving you my love.
Oh,
Aww.
Makes sense.
okay, makes sense.
Love.
Love.
Okay.
Any last minute thoughts?
Tell us about love in Chinese.
Yeah, tell us about love it. We haven't heard anything from your end. Would you like to share
They
something?
talk a lot. Yes,
We
yes,
have
I say a
anything.
lot.
That counts. That counts as
Yeah, so we have like 5 minutes left. You can wrap it up for us.
What kind of love you're looking for?
Ooh.
relationship.
Yeah, we're talking about
Is there
relationship.
any?
I mean, I feel like a Chinese culture are way
Wait, you're not
different.
married?
Oh, I'm not. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Did you know that there are
Sorry
roommates?
about that.
You guys are roommates?
Yeah.
That's a story for another time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
You
dating
guys are
culture.
together?
Huh?
No.
The dating culture are really different over here. Cause like over here, if you like a girl, right, you just directly go to the girl and say, hey,
I like
yeah, are you dating with anybody? She's like, no.
Even the girls who
Yeah,
look
would you
bad.
like to have a date with me? The girl will say yes or no, right?
What do you think?
In Chinese culture, no, we're not doing that kind of stuff. First, you have to get to know her. You have to get to know her. You know her name, and then you spend time with them, okay? Later on, when you have a better relationship, I mean, your friendship is way better than the first time you saw each other. Then maybe you start to talk about that. It's really hard for Chinese people to say, hey, I like you a lot. I want to date with you. Because like
Does a date in Chinese culture mean something more serious?
yes. Good job. That's why your native speaker. Good job. And also when you ask the girl for a date, when they say no, that pretty
Then
much
that's it.
No, it pretty much means like the friendship that you have, it's gone. I mean, you guys probably not going to contact anymore. It sounds pretty weird, right? But yes, it is how it
I feel
works.
like it.
What?
I feel like
Yeah.
it also is the same as everywhere else. It depends.
It kind of.
I think like
like my last girlfriend, my ex, we're not talking anymore.
Oh,
I
so
mean, like,
when
we're
they
just-
want to
we're-
push it, then that's it.
So like when
Yeah, I just like
when
a-
it's done, you're done. Like you don't contact or
We're
friends.
not contact anymore. Yeah, I mean, I just
Isn't
like
that
a.
wrong? Like you get to know each other first and then.
I mean, I would ask someone on a date just to get to know you because I think that's kind of the way you
That's
go
the
about getting
that's
to
the
know
meaning of date is
And
getting
then,
to know.
especially if it's like 2 dates and you're like, nah, we're okay. You're not gonna.
It's not someone you
talk to
could
them.
call back, right?
Well, I don't know. You might be friends to begin with, but if it was over after 2 dates, it's not like, oh, I can't ever see you again.
But you have
That's because the point is to me, if you're going on dates to begin with, if you don't already know the person, it's to get to know
That's
them
why
better.
they encourage dating at 16
Yeah.
years old. You know, it's like start
Right.
as a group, blah 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 blah. But serious.
But if you don't want to date after that, that also doesn't mean you have to avoid him forever.
like dating doesn't mean permanent with that person or
Yes.
like you
So-
date and get to know the other.
They're just a little bit different. So like you can see a lot of Chinese guys, they're single. They're not like a dating. They're just like they're just like weird. It's just really
Like
weird
you.
for them. I mean, I feel like they're really hesitant. They're just like holding themselves back.
Mm.
They don't want dating with other cultures, but like they want dating with their own culture. But the thing is like it's hard for them to say, oh, you want to date with me? Because they don't want to broken this friendship. This is one of the things.
So-
But like my situation is a little bit different with my ex, because
What's everybody's love language? Mine is food and service.
Period.
Is this relevant to our topic?
It's relevant. What's yours?
Communication.
Perfect.
communication.
Yeah.
Communication.
What's my love language?
What's your question?
Probably communication.
See?
And
It
yours
is, it
is
is. Communication is a
communication.
big
Wow.
See?
But it really depends on, because
So
like,
wait, one last question. What's your purpose of sharing that?
sharing.
Because you have, I think you haven't completed what you wanted to say. Like in Chinese
In Chinese?
culture, is
You didn't finish your thought.
Yeah, like-
It
Oh,
sounds
I
like
didn't
you
finish my
wanted to-
thoughts. I just want to say this is a different culture. I mean, different style.
the two writers that they were on.
Yeah, you see, like the love that what we're talking about. I think it's at least all of them are based on really open. People have an open mind, right? But you can see in Chinese culture it's a little bit different. People don't have a really open mind, especially people are a little bit scared about dating because they don't want to hurt anybody.
Mm.
Some of the people are, when you spend more time with them, you feel they're just become one of the really important person in your life. You didn't want to say, oh, do you want to date with me? The girl say, oh, I don't want to date with you. Then you just stop this friendship. You know, you still want to keep the friendship. So this is a bad thing, but.
I think you guys should change it, like, I wanna date with me
Oh, we
first.
should.
Why?
We really